Hello, my name is Addi Moya. Today I'm going to be talking about why women are more likely to tear their ACLs than men. So, did you know that women are 2 to 8 more times likely to tear their ACLs than a man? It's crazy. Actually, you probably know someone with an ACL injury, and you have a higher chance to know someone that's a female with an ACL injury. This is actually relevant to you if you're an athlete, a weekend warrior, or someone who participates in occasional intramural sports, such as at school or something that puts a stress on your knee. So if that applies to you, listen carefully because you could prevent a 6+ month injury to your ligament. So due to hormone, geometric, anatomy, and statistics, women are more likely to tear their ACL ligaments. I have done extensive research on this topic and witnessed it firsthand when I was an athletic trainer for 2 years at Centennial High School. So let's get started on why relaxin, a hormone, affects the ACL's structure in women. So relaxin hormone has an effect on several important structural components of the ACL. According to Konopka, 2016, what is relaxin? It is in females, and its job is to help the delivery of babies by relaxing the ligaments in the women while they're delivering the baby. Relaxin produces a protein that actually inhibits the production of a certain structure of collagen, and collagen is an important structure in ACL. So if you don't have that form right, then you have a weaker than normal ACL, which is why relaxin hormone affects that ACL. And it's only found in women because they give birth, and it's just men don't need it physiologically, so it's more prevalent in women. So now that I've talked about the relaxin hormone, let's see how anatomy plays another factor in ACL stability. Due to different angles in female anatomy, the ACL may be more prone to tearing. So why is this? Due to the angle of women's hips, they actually experience a higher valgus force. And a valgus force is a force that is directed towards the outside of the knee and going into the knee, this way. So that's the valgus force, and because of the hips of women, that force is actually greater in the knee and produces a more instability in the ACL structure and can promote a higher likelihood to tear. So valgus forces are proven to be correlated to ACL injuries due to the hip angle, according to McLean 2005. These forces increase on the ACL due to the anatomy, and they eventually take a toll on the ACL and lead to a potential tear if not careful. Now that I've talked about hormonal and anatomical reasons for ACL injury prevalence in women, let's see the statistics. Collegiate men and women have a different ACL injury pattern in college sports in general. ACL injury has a multifactorial reason for tearing. So it's not just a couple reasons, it's a broad spectrum of reasons, and it's actually been shown that lack of skill is not correlated with an injury. So it doesn't matter if you're really good or really terrible at a sport, you can still tear your ACL. So according to the NCAA, women are more likely to tear their ACL in soccer. I have my graph right here. In soccer, so here we have a graph depicting the rates in women and men, and women being the squares and men being the triangles. So it's shown here statistically through a 20-year span or 10-year span that women are more likely to tear their ACLs in general in soccer and collegiate sports. So according to Arendt, 1999, women are actually more likely to tear their ACL during the menses cycle and not mid-cycle, and this implies that other hormones are actually playing a role in this other than relaxin, but that's still being studied. Okay, so all these factors contribute to an observed difference in ACL injury rates among men and women. So in conclusion, females produce a hormone called relaxin, which implies a weaker ACL due to physiological reasons. Geometric anatomy plays a huge role in the stress that is placed on the ACL, and statistics show higher ACL correlations in women than men. So there we have it, anatomy reason, physiological reason, and statistics over a 10-year span. All this data shows us that females are actually 2 to 8 times more likely to tear their ACLs than men. And this is a huge difference because we want to prevent that, and we want women to not tear their ACLs as much. So being aware of this anatomical and physiological fact is vital to the prevention of female ACL injury in the future. Thank you.